Quality over quantity. These two words rhyme and are commonly used in business as far as products are concerned. Then, well, content creation too. Perhaps I shall focus more on the latter. So, today in this video, I'll talk about how trends change. Quality versus quantity could be one of them, and how it applies to content creation and how I apply it in my day-to-day. If you haven't yet already, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. So number one, how trends change. Quantity versus quality could be one of the trends that are changing constantly. Firstly, sometimes trends work by going back and applying the old discarded methods because as humans, we always miss something. Take an example of specs, or should I say glasses, that were more rectangular, a trend since I was rather young. Then suddenly the large Ray-Bans caught traction in high school, and I had to look into some history books before that, and they were once the in thing. In fact, our first black headmaster, the late Daniel Chanda, wore them in the late 1960s, and they actually really looked good. And here was the current headmaster's son slaying in them many years later. Then look at electricity. DC transmission was once discarded by JP Morgan for long distance transmission when he financed it under Thomas Edison and lost a bid for a dam to mass produce electricity to George Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla, prompting him to take over their company and setting AC, or that is alternating current over direct current, as the golden standard for transmission. Now, high voltage DC has returned to the scene as a good option too. China in particular has been backing it. Now this shows how old concepts can become new and the new old. Initially in industry, the more land you had, the better. Then soon it became more about the products that you could produce, and so therefore the more the products, the better. In this era, we find a few high quality iPhones can make more money than what is produced on large swaths of land. The second thing we're going to look at, as far as content creation is concerned, I found a mentality that resonated with my way of operating. I watched a short video of Grant Cardone saying,
just remember this though, the stream beats the rock. The stream beats the rock. Frequency beats quality. And so my staff was like, we're posting too much and we're getting unsubscribed. People are unsubscribing because they say you post too much. I heard a personal friend of mine said, hey, I blocked your Facebook because you post too much. When you hear that, you need to post again. You know, the unsubscribed is an indication you are actually hitting your list enough.
Because you're attracting the right audience.
Maybe you are. Maybe you're attracting a new audience. But I know this: I'm grinding out that old audience. That's like, I don't want to see your message again. So they basically filter themselves out. They're like, no is not no. No is yes, just not now. So they have been hit enough times now to say, unsubscribe. I do not want to see a message from you, which means you have made a big impact on this person, like a massive impact. Okay, I'm calling the police about you right now. You have definitely made it to the priority list in their life. So the moment I can get somebody to unsubscribe from me, I have now hit them enough to either monetize or to say, I'm going to go to the trouble to unsubscribe, not just delete. And our list blew up. But my junior said, hey, this metric's bad for us. I said, no, do you have to get unsubscribed? Don't you understand? I cannot get 7 billion people to like me. Okay? I could get them to know me. One of the things that we say here is when we send a promo piece out and these guys, the smart guys, Buck's a smart guy, come back in. Your impressions are, dude. Assume that no one saw that post. Okay. Assume no one saw it. Oh, we posted the Cardone Capital. They posted the closing of a deal. I'm like, guys, go post that again. We already did. Assume no one saw it. Post it again. I don't know that you saw it. You even said it. I don't look at most of them. So did I bother you? So look, I've had people that, I bet you I get 2 emails a day. Man, I used to hate your guts. And now I get it. Like I get it all the time. But what did they hate? They hated something. I was saying something over and over they didn't like, something. So, you just don't know, man. You
Brandon
don't
Dawson said he didn't like you.
Huh?
Brandon Dawson said
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes of the...
Yeah.
Now, Gary Vee also believes and practices the principle of producing over 20 pieces of content daily, tailored for each social media account, to crowd the internet so much that your content is visible in such a vast pool of information, noise, and all that, to remain relevant in business as well. The overall message is quantity over quality, especially from the start. Quality isn't zero, by the way. It's just that if it's 80%, quantity must be 100%. The message is that one quality piece of video or audio or text is less likely to be seen than 100 average pieces of content consistently put out. It even reminds me of Warren Buffett's shift from buying cigar-butt companies at a cheap price to good companies at a fair price. This was one of the fundamentals when starting this channel. Sure, I could look for the most exquisite equipment, save up till God knows when, then record 5 perfect videos and post and wait for the algorithm to favor me, which works for some people, or go by my method. If you have a lot to give it all. More will be discovered in the deepest parts of you. Whenever I was told to write 1,000-word essays, I would wonder how I would reach there. And out of ruckus, I would exceed the word limit and the task was now reducing. The context usually varies because some friends and other people have YouTube channels with more subscribers with less videos. Therefore, check the context. It could be the particular content, their internet presence, not as much as an excuse, but to keep me on track as long as I'm getting closer to the goal. One day the internet will have an overflow of my content and yours too. It can enable you be a commanding authority on the topic, a major path for ad revenue, and have a more competitive business, have more impact, and more access to like-minded people for life-changing projects. Even those who do quality over quantity will find themselves having to increase their quantity. And yes, we too incorporate progressive quality such that we may not be easily distinguished from the former. Think about it. How does it feel for Apple to sell 1 million iPhones? High quantity, high quality, then price the services almost similar to Google and Amazon. Imagine when they serve as many people with iPhones as Facebook reaches. Just how much money will they make with the duo of quality and quantity put together? So therefore, what have I talked about in this video? 1. Watch how trends change, disappear, and resurface. 2. Start with quantity in content creation. Pursue quality with time as you overwhelm the internet with your footprint. Even those who have advanced camera quality feedback systems began with the worst video but now have both and still hit the internet, often with both. We might know a lot, but it's probably of no use to keep it all in. Share it all, have an impact and a profit from it. A gentleman once shared with us in the KSK Making Students World Daily program that he may be short and an African in Canada, which, come to think of it, sets one at a disadvantage. But when he introduces himself as an author of 4 books, they become a height boost, so to speak, and a sign of a higher erudite in the room. The world is still full of biases, but guess what? The quantity over quality, yet lots of each content creation model can ensure you break boundaries that seemed more difficult at first glance. Kindly like this video, share with me your comments, and subscribe to this channel. See you soon.